I was disgusted.
Disgust?
It was disgusting, just in general.
Over the past few days, Donald Trump has been heavily criticized for the release of a 2005 tape, which captured a lewd conversation about women between Trump and Billy Bush. In vulgar terms, Trump bragged about kissing, groping, and trying to have sex with women. While some were taken aback by his remarks, others shrugged them off. The Central Florida Focus decided to talk to UCF students about their reactions to this tape.
What was your initial reaction to this tape when it came out on Friday?
I mean, to be honest, I really wasn't that surprised, but I thought it was mighty, suspicious that right now it conveniently comes out right when Trump's kind of going down in the polls and everything. So I wasn't too surprised or freaked out about it, but I was kind of like, well, it just seems like more muckraking against Trump.
I saw part of that video along with the audio that went with it, and I wish I could say I was surprised, but when you really look at it, Donald Trump is someone who has, blamed a female debate moderator's behavior on her menstrual cycle. This is a person who has demeaned women in countless other ways, getting into nasty Twitter fights with Rosie O'Donnell. It seems whenever he insults women in his petty way, it's always about their physical appearance. So honestly, it doesn't really surprise me.
Very disturbingly, I wasn't surprised, and that just reaction, not being surprised that this is something that Donald Trump would say, just spoke volumes to me, saying, we already knew this. I personally didn't need to hear it from his mouth, because we already knew that he was this kind of person.
I don't know if you've ever spent much time around guys, but it was Donald Trump talking to another man in confidence. If guys talk like that all the time when it's just guys around.
Men say so many worse things that I was almost numb to Trump's comments. I was like, well, it's not like the first time I've heard something like that. And, that's really sad. I don't care if it's just locker room talk. You shouldn't be talking about sexually assaulting a woman no matter where you are. And that doesn't make it okay either way.
To some people it may be offensive, to some people it may not.
His comments were absolutely offensive. But unfortunately, that is locker room talk. That is how men speak to each other and sexualize women as just pieces of meat.
My dad wouldn't say that. Normal men wouldn't say that, That's not locker room talk. Advocating for sexual assault, bragging about sexual assault is not locker room talk. And just in general, locker room talk does not give you the excuse of talking about a woman's genitals in any way besides her giving you permission. It's all about consent, and he just doesn't care.
Honestly, I haven't really seen the whole video, I've seen parts of it, but he didn't actually talk about from my thing, he took her out to IKEA or something like that, and he wasn't actually holding her down, attacking her or anything like that. So I wouldn't really consider it sexual assault.
I don't think it's really changed my outlook on Trump too much. I was extremely against Trump before this came out, and I was extremely against it, against him after it came out.
It's not really changed anything about people's public view on him. It's not going to change how people view him. Whether they like him more so. They don't like him, they like him less.
Unfortunately, a lot of his supporters aren't going to be swayed by anything. He could say anything right now and he'd still get the same amount of votes. So I think it is what it is at this point.
The president represents what we stand for. He's kind of like the image of America all around the world. So when you have this person advocating and bragging about basically sexually assaulting women, is just, like I said, it's just disgusting. So
I think all it says is that Trump is a typical man and that the way men view women in society should change.